Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am sorry I'm a little bit late, but I've been having some technical difficulties. So let me get myself situated here. But hopefully, wait, this music is probably too loud. Let me see how the music is going there. Should be fine now. So, yeah, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I am running with some technical difficulties, but I appreciate you being here. Okay, let me get myself situated. So, before I get situated, let me tell you what I'm planning for today. Last week, I got the suggestion to maybe do a breakdown of the World Championship at US versus Japan and Brazil. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play those matches today. But I kind of wanted to discuss and maybe talk a little bit about some of mentally some of the approaches or maybe some of the advices that you can have and we can have to improve our chances during Shiai. So there's some tips that I got from senseis from my own experience that I kind of want to share with you. I'll share them throughout the video, throughout the stream. But if you have any of them, please share them with everybody. So I'm gonna put it in the little chat box. Share your best Shiai experience. What? Oh my god. Okay. Shiai experience and tips. So yeah, some of the tips that you may have, some of the things that you may do consciously to start improving your chances during Shiai. Now, I'm not gonna say that like I'm a superstar on Shiai. I won several tournaments and I done pretty well in a lot of my matches. And I think that some of the stuff that I do that I got from other people, I think they're very, very useful and very successful. So I'll be sharing some of those. So let me get situated here. There's one more cable I believe I need to connect so you guys have audio during the YouTube part of this. Let me plug that up here real quick. This should be giving you audio. Let me. If you're there, please comment, say hello, so I know you're watching, and I can say hi back, and we can have a conversation. Give me 1 second. Here, let me share this real quick. So last week, I was kind of like, I was mentioning a little bit about some ideas that I may have to kind of, I guess, get more people involved in Kendo and get more people interested in Kendo. And I was thinking that maybe doing some type of like gaming streams, stuff like that, would probably be interesting for people that are not really necessarily already into Kendo. And one idea that I've been thinking about it this whole week is that I don't want to do it here in YouTube because I don't want to overwhelm the people that are already here for Kendo. So maybe I'll start streaming some of the Facebook through my Facebook group. I don't know if you're a member already. You're probably in this stream because of the Facebook group. So that way I kind of don't overwhelm people with like notifications and stuff. I don't know. Let me know what you think. And I'll want to play with Kendoka so we can talk Kendo while we play. I think that will be pretty cool. I think it will be pretty interesting. Okay. Let me see real quick. So let me do a quick little test with YouTube just to make sure that you have video and sound. Let's see what would be a good little video. Oh, we can do like this best of Kendo right here. Hold on. You're probably getting audio. Let's see if you are. I'm still fairly new with this whole streaming thing. So yeah, here you're getting, and and let me see if you can get the audio. If someone's there, please confirm that we're getting audio. Let me see. Actually, I can go. I can check with my phone too. Hopefully, I think the best thing will be. Let me see. Just make sure the screen. Yeah. Okay. Let me just double check that we're getting audio from the Kendo side. There's a little bit of a delay, so I'm sorry that I had to let it run for a second before I could check it. But let me see. There's no audio here. What? Okay. Oh, I muted the screen. Hola Roxmary, ¿cómo estás? Vamos a ver varias competencias de Kendo hoy. Déjame ver. Okay, so the audio should be coming up soon for you. Well, you should have already audio. Let me see. And I'm sorry, like today has been really crazy. I had so many. Even if you see, let me see. Okay, so even if you see on the thumbnail, I put the whining mentality instead of winning mentality. So my bad, cause I the last video I posted, I what's it called? I posted it kind of late, so it took me forever to do the editing. If you notice, I did like a little bit of special effects. I'm learning how to do all that, so it took me a long time to edit that, and I guess like I just be behind with all this stuff. So yeah. But I feel like maybe like some people already are in the stream. We can get it going. Okay. Now I noticed that the sound was a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit hard. Let me see. Test, test, test. Yeah, I just want to make sure that the sound is nice and fine. Let me see. Test. Okay, that should be fine there. Perfect. Okay, so some of the things that I wanted to mention is like maybe if I start doing some streaming on the Facebook part, and I would like maybe some people that actually do Kendo to come join me and have fun. We can talk Kendo. We can get more people interested in Kendo, and I think that'll be a fun experience. What do you think? I almost forgot to plug the computer. If I don't plug the computer, the stream will be done fairly short. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so the Shiai that we're going to be watching today is going to be from the 13 WKC. Let me see if I can find the videos. What's it called in like separated? I think they have it separated. So I'm actually going into the Kendo USA YouTube channel. You can go check out these matches anytime. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they have all fights. So let's start. I'm gonna play. Okay, new tab, new tab. Okay. Okay. So I'm sorry, I'm a little bit like out of it right now. Like I'm telling you. Actually, you know what? Let me tell you what happened today. So, hey Ben, how's it going? Nicolás, saludos desde Uruguay. Gracias, gracias. Déjame saber si necesitas que hable en español más que en inglés. Voy a tratar de tener un balance. Um, pero okay, let me tell you what happened today. So I told you I posted my last video on footwork yesterday. I think I stayed up till like 3 in the morning to doing the editing on that one, and I completely forgot about setting up the stream for today. And I forgot to set up the stream for today. I set it up today, and I was kind of like rushing to come here to the office where I have like consistent lighting, and I can do this thing with consistent internet too. Because where I live, if it rains, the internet drops. So I feel safer to doing the um, the stream here, and I forgot the keys to get into the place. So yeah, I literally got in here like 1 minute before the stream was supposed to start. And of course, I have to do all the setup, find the page, and find all the stuff. Now, yeah, so I'm a little bit. I haven't even eaten yet. Let me see if I have water. I think I have. Yes, I have water. Most importantly, I have my little Shiai. So, yeah, this is gonna be fun. So, let me give you a little bit of a breakdown. Again, if you are here and you have experience with Shiai, share some of your best tips that you can give someone to improve their Shiai. The first thing, no, Ben, it's all good. It's all good. I'm fine now. I'm already settled down, so it's good. Some of the things that you may want to share to help people just become a little bit more successful in Shiai, and some of the things that you have done to kind of like improve your performance in Shiai. So, aside from physical preparation, of course, because like obviously that helps a lot, right? But I feel in Kendo, a lot of what we do, it's mental. So I think that for me, when I started changing the way that I approach Shiai, it changed my. It definitely changed the way I was performing in Shiai a lot. Um, One of the things for me that I think was the turning point is realizing, uh, like thinking about one ippon, right? I know a lot of times when we go into a fight, we want to win and we want to make sure that we just take the fight. But in reality, all you really need to win is an ippon, right? I think that made it so much easier for me to like let go of that anxiety that I needed to score two ippon and kind of relax and just focus on the task at hand. Because even if I got score on, all I need is one ippon to go to encho. Even if I'm on a team match, if I have if they score on me, if I get the score back, I go into Hikewake and give my team a better chance. So even though maybe my team is losing and I need to go for that second ippon, just focusing on one ippon for me, like it made a huge difference into going into a Shiai because a lot of times when I'm thinking about the two ippongs, it kind of makes me rush. And if I rush, then like I end up not getting any ippon. Even if I don't get score on, I don't get any ippon because I'm trying to just to attack instead of making that opening, looking for how to make that opening. So I don't know. What do you think? Am I talking out of you know? So just let me know. Anyways, let me pop the chat out of this window here. Pop out the chat. And so I can see it and I can reply to you guys because right now, I guess on the phone, I'm not seeing it. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the chat on the phone. Anyways, I'm not going to waste time on that. So again, today what we're gonna do, we're gonna look at World Championship match, Japan versus US. This is the match that US won, and the first time that Japan hasn't won or didn't win the World Championship. I think it's a very interesting match, and one thing that I always say about Kendo is that you have to make it your own, and you can definitely see in this match how every Kenshi has made Kendo their own, not necessarily the Japanese Kendo per se. I don't know if that makes sense. I can explain it better if you want me to. I guess we can break it down. But anyways, let's go on the first fight. Let me see. Where's my window? Okay, so we have Maruyama Sensei versus Uchimura Sensei. This is a sample fight, and we can get it going. Let's get it. Always fine. Okay, I had the opportunity to practice with Uchimura, and meeting him, I was surprised how short he is. I mean, nothing bad with that, but I'm saying like just so much power that he has and such flexibility. Just being so short, that's very impressive. Of course, we have that dodge in the middle of the fight. It's awesome. Oh, nice man. Nice attempt from USA. One thing you notice right away with the USA player, it's that he is taking every opportunity that he sees to go forward. I think for Sempo, it's very important to just show that presence and show that intention. And I think USA is doing a very good job. Uchimura is taking a little bit more calm approach, but he's not holding back. He's definitely pushing forward and keeping that pressure. So in a way, I do feel that Maruyama Sensei, it's under pressure too, right? I think I mentioned it before, but I like to look a lot to the feet, to the footwork, just to see how they're trying to approach the fight and trying to see how they're getting the control to get that ippon. I wanna point this out real quick, just because that's something that I know I do, and that's a habit that I try to move away from. Is that um, pushing forward, right? Like just closing that distance. You see how white. I'm just gonna say white and red. You see how white is going forward to kind of like close that distance, and I feel that um, although sometimes it's necessary, right? Obviously, here he doesn't want to just open up and create distance for red to go and take the ippon. Um, I feel that sometimes that push forward it can be detrimental too to like get an opening, because I feel that in this way, the way that he's pushing in forward, he's coming in forward, he's not setting himself up to get an ippon. Obviously, he's trying to keep the keep the other person from getting the ippon. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, it's just a habit that I'm trying to figure out ways to get myself into the place where I have the opportunity to get an ippon rather than just stopping my opponent to get an ippon. Ben, what do you mean about that banner in the background? I need to keep looking at it. Oh, I see it. I see it. Sure victory. That's funny. Let me rewind that for that Yakudo real quick. Obviously, that wasn't an ippon, but it's definitely a great opportunity, and I think that's one of the ways you can start playing around with the opponent's what's it called, mentality, because now he's definitely like it definitely throws you off to get that hit. Wait, what? Let me see that. Let's watch that. Let's watch that on a little bit low speed, like right, like 125. I know Uchimura's kote, like he can throw kote in any angle. So let me see how he got that one. Listen, this is the importance of being able to attack with short steps. I cannot express enough how much they stressed that on me where when I was in Japan to practice multiple waza with short steps. And this is the perfect example why we need that. Comes in. He does. But granted, he already had extended his arm, so he definitely had to do that short step. Okay, so why is he so short though? Okay, we're gonna go with Jiho. Why are this match so short? that was sharp. That was very interesting. Let's watch it again on quarter speed. Okay, see how he approached that. That was okay. He has a safe distance. Opponent starts coming a little bit small. He's coming in forward. Now, again, like with this, I'm gonna say that the most interesting part about this is the control that he has over the sword and how precise his Kenoichi is in order to get there. If you don't have good Kenoichi, you cannot get that couple of levels. He just again, he's coming from the opposite side. He's coming from the opposite side. He's going around. He's bringing the sword around. But he's actually snapping that kote towards the end, and that to get a good pop on that technique is you definitely need a good use of the left hand and good Kanoichi. That's just the thing. And essentially, even though he got the point, I guess he's checking just to see he got the point, but he's definitely pressing. So great sanction there. Okay, you see, it sucks that they edited this match and scoring out. I know people may get bored or whatever, but I think it tells you a lot about a match and how the person got the ippon, seen throughout the match, the type of movement or the type of techniques that they've been doing. I don't know, I think that's interesting. That was a nice, I kind of wish I would have seen the whole thing. I need to see if I can find the longer match, because I want to know if, like, throughout the match, what was happening in order for him to actually be prepared for that specific technique. I don't know. If you see here at the beginning right there, he does kind of the same type of defense, so I wonder if Takanama's gonna say keep going either for his goal or his kote, because he goes on that cover on the right side, right? And he's setting up for that cover and then for the man. And here it's the same thing. He covers again and goes for that man. I kind of like for me to actually keep in mind throughout Shiai is that every attack that you do puts an opportunity for your opponent to start getting their hits. And every attack your opponent does, it should be an opportunity for you to read your opponent's hits. Not only when you attack them, but I'm saying you shouldn't just be reading the opponent when you attack them, you also should be reading them when they come in and come in hits. So definitely, again, Sensei on that point, I guess he realized that maybe it was taking a little bit too long to be in a good position where he couldn't hit the net. So he was already kind of, it could have been true, but that's the technique that Moses has been practicing specifically, and that's something that comes out very naturally for him. So that's definitely a very interesting point of view. That's why I say I kind of wish I would have seen the whole match before. How do you approach an opponent when they're attacking you, and like what's your mind thinking? How Thank you, Steven. Thank you very much. Let me see. I thought I paused them. Oh, okay, yeah, because that's the first video that I played. I guess it automatically played for another video. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. But yeah, so what are some of the ways you approach the match? Like how what's your mind thinking when you're in the Shiai? What's your focus? Like how are you making sure that you staying uh, into the match in order to just help you ensure that you do your best to get your ippon? Let me know some of the things that you do. So, Raxmaris, ¿no me escuchas? O es que se escuchaba entre el volumen de las otras cosas? Can you guys hear me over the other stuff? Like it's are you guys having trouble hearing me? Okay, let me. Well, let's keep going regardless. So I do wanna share some of the stuff. Okay, so we're already seeing. Okay, let's go on chicken. Okay, this one's interesting for me to watch because I Teramoto Sensei, it's super tall, but the control he has with the sword and his ability to use his flexibility on the movement of the sword, it's just amazing and impressive to me. I was kind of quiet. Let me see if right here. Okay, maybe the volume here. I don't know. Maybe you can hear me better now. And before, because I have. Let me see. Let me put the same volume in both windows. So yeah, should be fine. Yeah, guys, I need your help a lot with this. I'm still kind of like learning how to do all this stuff. Hopefully, not only you find it interesting, but also I can make it where. Let me just put the camera maybe looking a little bit this way more. Okay, so yeah, so maybe you can find it interesting. I can keep doing these things and um. Okay, you had a hard time hearing me when the video was in slow motion. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put down the volume of the video, and hopefully that will help a lot. Okay, perfect. Okay. Um, Again, like I didn't have the time to like set up, so thank you for letting me know. I wouldn't want people to not hear what I'm saying. Yes. Okay. So, anyways, again, let's watch Teramoto Sensei. Oh, and now this Nito fight too. I guess. Okay, Teramoto Sensei went for ski. Oh, he broke Shinai. And they didn't give him the point. You know what? Let's watch that ski for a second, because once Shimpan did give him the point. Let's see what he's seen. Let me change the playback speed. Let's go here. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. That's nice. So, okay. So one of the hardest things, if you haven't practiced with Nito, one of the hardest thing is to just have an opening, because even if the Nito player cannot attack you, because maybe like his hands are like in an awkward position, he cannot attack you. It's still very hard to have an opening. So like they can still get themselves protected. And one of the things that kind of gets open a lot, depending on the kenshi, depending how they're handling the short sword, might be ski. And I think he had that opening there. Granted, like Teramoto Sensei is amazing to making the sword appear wherever he wants. I think as Sensei once referred to him as the Kendo magician because he can make the sword appear anywhere. And I think it's very interesting because like he's definitely playing with the opponent where the opponent it's just throwing the sword different places, and when the sword is down, he goes for that ski. And yeah, like didn't get the point. Now the footwork for him, like I like how his anchor always with that presence forward. And damn, that's just that's just crazy ski. Okay, back to regular speed. Well, let me see that real quick again. You see that that I guess will be like Koteka Shimen. Uh, he goes for the kote and he does uh, the kaeshi towards the man. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty cool. That presence forward. Okay, Gogi, let me see. I haven't seen this fight in so long. Hold on. Let me stop that. I haven't seen this fight in so long, so I kind of don't remember a lot of this. Um, and I kind of purposely didn't want to watch them this week. Nice attempt on that kote. He didn't get it, but let's see what happens there. Let's break it down a little bit. Okay, Teramoto Sensei is approaching, is coming forward, and he went for that. Yeah, he definitely missed it. I really like how, I don't know if you are ever amazed on this, but how Sensei is like Shimpans go into this high level competitions and they know when their opponent is, and sometimes I even have to watch it like slow motion just to see kind of like the difference between like maybe like Man and stuff. And it's, to me it's impressive the amount of the percentage rate of accuracy that they have. It's just amazing. But yeah, I think this Kote definitely went out to the elbow. He didn't go to the right spot. And Teramoto Sensei had a great response for that man. But again, it's very hard to get an opening on a Nito because obviously when you have a good Nito player, the first instinct is to cover up again. And he's covering up the man, obviously, but he's also covering the dough because he's coming in close. So it's definitely like he closed the opportunity for Teramoto Sensei to do dough. And I think that's one of the main reasons why um, having like knowing a good Nito player to like coming forward. That's so important that they keep that presence forward because they close the other openings even though their hand or their sword's not there. Okay, back to regular speed. Wait, hold on. Oh, he lost the sword like right when after the kote. How do you use it? I guess. Yeah, just go ahead and do it. Wait, was that the second Hansoku? Oh, I guess that Gogi they did was a Hansoku for white. That sucks. He is coming close with those kotes though. Oh, nice man, nice man. Hold on, let's watch that. Wow. Okay, so that is such a small margin that he needs to have in order to attack to hit that man, and just to hit it at that moment, it's amazing. You couldn't do that without mushing, without not thinking about what your body needs to do. You just have to have that forward presence, that forward momentum, and then let your body take action. That's not planned. That cannot be planned. And one suggestion that I got from a sensei in Japan when fighting Nito is that with Jordan is different, right? But with Nito, once like wait, hold on, he has it on his hand, right? So once the elbow it's coming down and the hand is coming like by the front of the face, um, that's what's it called, a sure moment that they're going in. If not, they're not really in the moment. They don't have that forward presence, and so more than none, like more chances are that the person's already coming for the attack. So that's the way kind of to start um, reading the opponent, right? Like so if the hand is kind of like already on the forward from their body, like by the side by the height of their head, they're already coming in. So obviously, you should anticipate that instead of waiting for that moment to happen. So when you're anticipating that momentum, I mean that moment, like Teramoto Sensei just did. At that point, let's watch it. Like at that point, he just came in and took the center. Let's see, right here. So he anticipated. I mean, he definitely even did it like right before, but he was definitely going forward at the moment he came in because he attacked right at that moment when he's kind of like the way I was explaining, especially for the Banamen or the Gashiramen, is that you want to attack when the opponent makes the decision to go forward rather than when he's already going forward. So I feel that that's what's happening here. He's attacking, he's coming in on that center. It's harder for Nito player to get that center over the two hands, but obviously they both of them came in with such high intensity. I think. Again, a lot of the stuff that I'm saying here, a lot of it is opinion. So if you have a different one, please share it. Get back to regular speed. Okay, so that was the second. That was the second fight. No, that was the fourth fight, I think, right? No, that was the third fight. Uh, okay, so let me. I kind of want to interrupt for a second. One thing that I think is very important to have what I call that winning mentality, right? Like that competitive mentality, is that um, if you're coming in with the mentality that you want to win, more than not, like more chances are that you will make a mistake because you have that anxiety that you want to win, and you kind of start losing focus on some of the things that you need to do to win. Let me explain. So, same way, if you're concerned about losing, that you don't want to lose, a lot of things, the same thing happens, right? You start losing focus on the things that you need to do because you're thinking about, I don't want to lose, I don't want to lose. So, one big things that I really enjoy is like reading what's it called, sports psychology research, and one of the things that it's that I read in an article about it is that in order to like increase your chances of winning, you got to think on the things you need to do to win. So for example, everybody's going to be different. For example, for me, it's just to make sure that I relax and that I'm paying attention to what's happening. So communication, like relax, communication, and be ready to go forward. So when you're in a match, especially when you've been there, like in a match, like especially if you go to Encho and so on, a lot of things start going through your head, right? So you want to get rid of those things, and you want to focus on those things that, okay, maybe if your thing is a footwork, right? To make sure that your left foot is engaged. So you want to make sure that you're not thinking about, okay, I want to win or I don't want to lose. You want to make sure I'm pushing forward. I'm ready. So with me, for example, that I feel that I need to be focusing on, it's like pay attention to the shinai of the opponent, pay attention to the opponent, what's going on, communicate, right? Like try to make that opening. So those things are called process goals, right? Like process goals are the things that we need to do to get our goal. So I recommend you to like kind of start looking at the things, what is that you need to do in order to increase your chances of winning, rather than thinking, okay, I need to win, I need to do the thing to win. I don't know, does that make sense? Like let me know, comment. Again, nobody has shared some of their experience, some of the things. Do you have any funny tournament anecdotes? I think that would be an interesting topic. I don't know. See, let's go back to Kendo. I'm gonna mention real quick. I like the fluidity in which Jan Sensei is approaching forward, right? Just that fluidity forward, that presence, and when he needs to stop, he does it on the spot. It's pretty cool. That's something I want to replicate. That's definitely something that I want to replicate. Ben, thank you. Yeah, think about it. Let me know. Ah, nice. So Jansen say he went for the kote, and I like the intensity he went. He went twice. I think the second one he had a little bit more control on the sword, and I wish I would have seen. I could have seen the feet. That one, I think that. Nice, nice kote man, nice kote man. Again, the importance of multiple waza. He had that speed. Let's watch a little bit on slow motion, right? Okay, come on, he's close already. At this point, he's close. So the first kote, the kote, like he does it pretty much on the spot. Yeah, you see that footwork. That's something that I think it's crucial, just to learn to do them little tiny steps. The fumikami is on the spot. The left foot is anchored. Look at the left foot. and then he lowers his center of gravity for that second wasa in order to be able to push with force and with sharpness forward. And even though he goes for man, it's not a long man, right? Because he like uh, his opponent is already he's already closing the distance. So Nakata Sensei, he's already coming in. He misses the kote, but then he goes immediately for that man right there from that same spot. That's great. What's it called? Um, Space awareness he had there. He didn't go in forward for the kote, and that's one of the things that I stress a lot. I've been helping out with some trainings for Venezuela, and that's one of the things that I kind of focusing on myself too. That I stress a lot. Learn to attack in different distances. It's not always about attacking how far you can attack. I think that's predictable, right? If you attack, if you do a very long attack, that's very predictable. But if you learn to attack from a closer distance, then you open yourself for like many different situations. You open the doors for many different situations. So let's do a quick little recount. First fight, Japan won. I think it was 1-0. Second fight, US won 2-0. Third fight, Teramoto Sensei won uh, 2-0. So right now Japan's still winning by 1 point, but right now in the Fukusha fight, they're tied now. Now Jan Sensei, he tied up the score. I wish I would have been there. Did I mention I haven't had lunch yet? Sorry for me. What are those feet? What do you say? Let me see, Steve. I also struggle with close distance. So yeah, um, what do you struggle with the close distance? Because I mean, I struggle a lot. I'm gonna share a lot about what I struggle with specifically. But what is the biggest struggle for you? Is it the feet or is it the sword? Like your control with the ability to control the sword at a short distance, or doing the small steps, like the short steps. Let me know, and then I'll share my perspective after you do. Ooh, okay. So, Nakata Sensei is coming back with a vengeance on that one. Let me watch that in slow motion, just because I think that's an interesting attack that he just did. Let's see, like right there. Okay, hold on. Okay. So what I find interesting about this approach, I kind of wish I would have seen the camera angle a little bit before how he approached it, right? But Kote Man, it's a great way to mess your opponent from getting an ippon from you, and also gives you an opportunity to get the ippon, right? But he came in with that confidence and with um, that presence, that good forward presence. So that definitely made it harder for Jan Sensei to get that ippon on him. Oh, my light went off. Sorry. I'm gonna try my real quick again. Wait, what? Okay. This is something that I actually attended a online seminar yesterday about shimpanning, and one of the things that they were talking about is the suicide. you will see a lot of people trying to rest and try to use the Suba Serie kind of like as a time consumption. Here you can see it's a little bit different because both of them are looking for an ippon. Nobody here it's trying to rest. So one thing that I really really enjoyed at a seminar a long time ago that they mentioned that you should have Suba Serie. Suba Serie is just a modification of Kamae, like a modification of Chudan Kamae, right? So you shouldn't have your hands like close to your body. You shouldn't have your hands out. You should be in a position that you should be able to make an opening and hit. So thinking about Suba Serie as a different Kamae, as a variation of a Kamae, kind of changed my perspective of always being ready and how to always be ready. Like my feet, my hands, my body should have a specific position in Suba Serie. It's not about just resting or taking time or even pushing your person away so you can get away. It should you should have attention and you should be in a position where you are going to try to make an opening to attack. Okay. So Steven, you're mentioning on the short distance that you have a little problem with a little bit of both. If you do kote man, you always miss the second step. Um, yeah. So and you actually okay. So you kind of have a little bit of the same problem that I was having too, and is the fact that for me, what was happening was that I was coming in too close for the kote, and then the man was a little bit kind of like too short. And a big thing that helped me a while ago about it is the fact that when I was doing the kote, right? Where's my? Oh, it's right here. So when I was doing the kote, I was kind of like doing the kote a little bit with my hands a little bit too close to my body. So what you want to do, or what I did to help me fix that, is try to extend my hands more for the kote with a shorter step. So that way I have the hands are going to be kind of like the same stretch for the man, but now all I have to worry is about a smaller step. And what you seen there when you seen there when they executed that kote man. So if you notice the kote was on the spot and the man was forward, it's because the opponent came in forward. Imagine the opponent doesn't come, you want to learn how to do a small kote, a small step for kote, and a small step for men. So I will even say a smaller step for men. um, One thing that I still do kind of like to practice that, it's at home, like when I'm not even at the dojo, I try to do like two, three, four, five little steps like wasa, like if I'm doing like on the floor, regular floor, just hit, and just get to the habit of teaching your body how to do that tenouchi and fumikomi with the short step, down or up, down or up, down or up. Yeah, so yeah, you usually too close after the kote, right? That same thing that was happening with me. I was coming in too deep with my feet, and because again, I was maybe keeping my hands a little bit too close. So try to get the kote with the hands as far as possible from your body, and then going for the man. The hands shouldn't have to either come back or go up, or shouldn't like stretch out after. That's the advice I got, and that's the thing. Most of the times, that's one thing that will help you improve that reach. Um, Let me see what other thing. But yeah, but it comes onto learning how to do the small steps and how to do small steps quick. So again, you can practice this like in a little spot, little place in your house, because it really shouldn't take much. One thing that I did at the dojo that Sensei had me do at the dojo a lot was uh, the length of the dojo, right? Like you do maybe 5 men first, and on the same length, now you do 5 kote men, and on the same length, 5 kote men do, and then 5 kote men do men. So if you notice, you're adding more waza to the same space. So you're gonna have to do smaller fumikomi if you want to do, because at the end you're doing kote men do men men. So you're doing 5 attacks 5 times on the same spot where you were doing 5 men. So that really like learning that and getting that skill and be able to do it like continuously, that helped me a lot. And again, I think normally we are so consumed on like hitting as far as we can, like just getting the far reach that we can, that sometimes we kind of like forget about that. Does that make sense? My like, let me know. Let me know what you think. Does that make sense or not? Okay. Anyways, let's keep going with this fight. Oh, nice kote, nice kote. Let's watch that again real quick. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's watch that real quick. Now, ah, it's 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 hard. It's hard. Um, it's hard being in that position. That's something that kind of like, if you notice, for example, like Nishimura is really good at landing that kote, right? And there is what makes that kote so dangerous. It's kind of like the approach. It's not necessarily the execution of it, but what's happening like right before, because he doesn't know where he might be going. He can be going for men, he can be going for kote. He decided to go for the kote, um, based on what he was feeling with the shinai, like his body, like his mind, whatever tone, whatever decision. But what makes that kote very dangerous is that he was able to get so close and then snap on that kote. And let's see how deep. If you see that step is not gonna be that deep. Let's watch it, like the fumikomi. Small, coming in, coming in. The same, like almost the same distance as he did the step before. And then we start the fight. Where I could have sworn that I seen a flag go in front, but it might be someone like that was close to the camera that walked by it or something. Hold on, let me. I kind of want to watch that Suicide for a second. How he kind of like he's fighting for that control. Okay, so maybe I'm being a little bit biased based on personal experience. But I did notice when I was in Japan that when I was doing Suicide with someone, they wouldn't be concerned about fighting me back and pushing me back, or like even establishing dominance on going forward. Um, I n- I noticed that I was normally the one kind of like pushing forward, and everybody that I trained with, not everybody, but you know what I mean. They were trying more is to kind of like just deflect me and just to kind of like swat me away so they can go back and maybe even attack. So that kind of like I'm not gonna lie. When I was in Japan, I took a lot of time to try to study or to try to learn more about Subaseriai and Hikiwasa, and that's one of the things that I kind of like I left with is the fact that you don't want to bother yourself on like establish dominance on your opponent there. You just want to make sure you have a solid kamae where they're not gonna be able to hit you, and just look for that opening and get out. And if you don't really have like don't waste too much time of being there. Just try to get out so you can get into a better position to attack to hit. Also, normally when someone's pushing you too much and like kind of like trying to overwhelm you by coming and coming and coming, normally a lot of the times they're gonna make the openings for themselves. So yeah, you don't want to like try to bother on trying to go forward like that. Nice, nice, nice. That was a close one, but let me. Okay, as you know, that's one of my favorite waza. Oh my god, come on, like let me. Okay, let's watch it. Let's watch it real quick. Okay, let's see. Come on, play. Okay, so the setup. Wow. One thing that I really like watching, when they're doing this type of waza, if you notice, Jan Sensei, he kind of like he went back, but there was a point where he actually instead of going back where the opponent might have assumed that he was gonna keep going back, he kind of stopped, anchored himself, and then pushed forward. When I say anchor himself, when I refer to anchor in general, it's not that you're standing flat on a position, is that your foot it's pushing you ready to explode to go forward. That's what I mean by that, at least. So we got that point. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Let's watch the next one. Okay, let me make sure that nothing's gonna be playing on this match again. Let me just make sure I pause it real quick. Let me see. Okay, and I believe this is the last one. Are you doing like a little recap of the last one on this? Okay, at this point, if I'm not mistaken, USA is winning. Oh. Wow. Okay, hold on. Let's watch that one more time for a second, real quick. Um, let's watch it, of course, slow motion. Hmm. Now, I am not I am not sure exactly where it hit. It happens a lot, especially because, granted, we're not getting the best resolution, we're not getting the best frames per second and whatever, but happens a lot when it hits there, and it kind of like it hits Yokoman, but it kind of to me it kind of looked like you hit a little bit below Yokoman. But again, I've seen it a lot of times where I know it's Yokoman because I've seen the fight, but then I see the video and it kind of looks below because the sword kind of like hits and it goes down and like the frames are not quite there. But I'm going to say, if you, especially if you watch it and on full motion, it looks like he had a solid impact. It looks like he had a definitely a good opening in there. And even if it was not a successful, let's say, what's the word that I'm looking for? Um, so I'm pretty sure you've seen that match where who was it? I don't know who it was that he got the man, but the man completely missed the target. So a lot of that is possible if you have good Fumikomi and good Kentaichi. So from this perspective that we're seeing it, it looked like he had a good impact and good bounce, a good like overall uh good show on the Ippon. Right now, I cannot hear it because the sound is being rerouted, so you can hear it. But I'm pretty sure that he had a good impact sound on that. Now, I don't like how the Japan players a lot of times is kind of like, okay, we'll go, like I don't know. I normally try to help people out. Not that it's bad though. I mean, like to each their own, right? Now, I don't know if you've seen my compilation of falls from the Korean team on the last World Championship. This is a little bit different, right? On the falls from the World Championship from the Koreans, that a lot of them look like kind of intentional, and I kind of wonder if they did that on purpose, kind of like to diffuse the tension or what. I don't know if they were coached to do that, or it just happened they have fallen, right? But like it was a lot of falls in one fight, in one team fight. I don't know. It's just my opinion. If you see here, I mean, like I think this is the second fall. Where the last fight, the second fall throughout the whole time. No, I think this is their fall already. Ooh, they tell someone shut up. Wait, so have a question though. I'm thinking that this is the last fight, right? But I seen someone with Bogu when they told the guy to shut up. I've seen that they had one more player there. Did I don't know. Did I make a mistake? Sorry, I wanted to rewind so that we'll watch that. Let me see what you said. Um, yeah, like you think it looked like they fell. They were coached to fall. Uh, yeah, like and a lot of them they fell to their knees. Actually, there was one where the guy kind of like he looked like he dove towards a pool because like he landed with his head on the floor, and he kind of looked like an ostrich, kind of like you know how the cartoon like they put the ostrich putting the head under the floor, the ground. But yeah, I mean like it was interesting to watch. It was definitely interesting to watch. Like to me when I was there when I was watching it, like as soon as it happened the first one, because it happened so quick, right? As soon as the first one happened, I was like, I told my friend like, yeah, I think they're gonna be falling a lot, and hey, it happened. He was like, how do you know? I was like, I don't know. Granted, I feel like maybe they feel that there's a little bit of bias from the judges, you know, towards Japan or whatever. So then maybe they done that to like diffuse the tension, and because it's not a hansoku, right? Like if you fall, it's not a hansoku. So I think that either you know the Feek is going to like catch up to it and say like, okay, listen, like falling might be a hansoku, or like if you fall so many times, I don't know how they approach it, but yeah, maybe that's gonna be yeah, like again, like I'm saying, like maybe not trained to do that, but like maybe like I don't know, like let's give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, Kawabata is holding in there, and nice attempt on the kote. Let me watch that again. Watching in slow motion because it's definitely interesting. Even if it's, I think it's very interesting to watch, even if it's not a successful ippon. I think it was not a successful ippon, but it was definitely close, and also it was definitely close for that man. Now let's do something. Let's break it down. How could we have made it better? How could he have made it better? I think uh, because of the change, the sudden change of angle, maybe the right hand kind of went a little bit too high to where it should have. I think if you would have brought the right hand a little bit lower and the left hand a little bit towards the left, he would have got at a better angle and definitely gotten that kote. Uh, that being said, I think it's a very good attempt, very good what's it called reaction on the on his part. Now for that man, obviously he was too close. I think if Red would have been a little bit, I mean, granted, like White did a good job at closing that distance, so that man wouldn't have been possible. Uh, so yeah, I think at that point he did the waza. Maybe he could have gotten if he was in a little bit different position with his hips, but uh, I'm gonna say that yeah, like White did a very good job at closing the distance. What do you think? How do you think White could have gotten the ippon if he? Do you agree with me with the whole thing with the left right hand, or how would you have done? How would you approach it? Let me know. Okay, let's keep watching. I just remember. I want to share a little secret. No, it's not a secret, but a little tip that I got about Shiai once he's done. Oh wow, that explosiveness! That is just. Listen, I'm gonna be honest, man. Like I don't watch sports that often because I don't get like really like excited like when it comes to like I don't know maybe like soccer or basketball or baseball stuff like that. I love to watch them with someone that knows and like actually like it's all into it. But with kendo for me it's a little bit different, right? So when I see a nippon like that, it's just like it's just cool to me. So I'm sorry if I'm nerding out a little bit. And he makes that distance. Okay, he settles himself down, comes down. He's ready to go forward. Oh, well, I guess he goes back a little bit. He's baiting him, I guess. And then he suddenly he just explodes forward. So let's see what Red was doing at that moment. Okay, he's coming in. He's okay. He's planting. Let me see. Okay, he caught him in the middle of switching feet. I think it looks like. Let's see that one more time. Yeah, you see, like when he went for that a little bit from right, he had a little bit of hesitation after he white went forward. He tried to change the angle to protect that kote, but obviously he was a little bit too late. Um, Again, this is what I want to say. It's a thing of it's a situational thing. A lot of time happens that when you're going back, going back, going back, sometimes your opponent gets a little bit confident or overly confident, and he keeps pushing forward, and when you just change that timing, see, like he's kind of like trying to go back. He he repeats the motion. He does the same motions. Again, I don't think he's thinking about this when he's doing it. I think this is something that he's learned to make it natural. Because I think if you think about it, then it takes away your reaction time. He's just gauging it, like he's trying to baiting him, baiting him, and then change the time to go forward. And he does it in such a short and explosive way because the distance is not that far. Look how much he stretches the foot. It's pretty much that kote was pretty much done on the spot because he stretched the hands. Bam! Like he took out the hands out and he closed the distance real quick, and he got that kote, and it's just amazing. Well deserved win for USA. Kind of wish I would have won against Korea though. That would have been cool. Question: have you ever used your kendo gear, your kendo equipment, as a Halloween costume? Let me know. And what were you going for? Were you going for like a samurai thing, or were you going just like dress up as a kendoka? I don't know. Just tell me. That would be funny to see. Okay. As I promised, I kind of wanted to share a little secret. Um, um, it's not secret, but a little tip that I got at a tournament when I was in Japan. Mhm. Okay, so let me get a piece of paper real quick. Okay, so let me go full screen down. Okay, so one little piece of advice that I got when it comes to tournament is a little bit of the Shiai awareness, or like the awareness that you have for the court. Now, if you look at a rectangle, right? Because like the core is gonna be a square, right? But actually, you know what? Let me just let me be a little bit more accurate and just not be lazy about it. Hold on. In the meantime, tell me about that Halloween costume. Let me know. What were you trying to go for? Listen, if you're interested on participating with me, like on some video game streaming, like if you want to play with me, I have a PlayStation. I don't know like what games you play. You can go into my Facebook Kendo Tips account, friend me there or follow me there, and send me a message so I can start setting that up. I still don't know specifically how I'm gonna do it, what I'm going to do. I'm still thinking about it, but I just want to know. I want to get a little bit of feedback from you. But okay, so imagine you have the Shiai Joe, right? So a little X in the middle, and you have the lines here, right? So you have the Shiai Joe like this. I don't know if you can see the X or whatever. But anyway, so you have the X in the middle, and the fight normally starts, like this, right? So you have the person on the left, person on the right. Now, a lot of times when you see high-level Kenshi, or not even high-level Kenshi, but like people that are more in attune with Shiai, what they do as soon as they say Hajime that they come out of Sonkyo, you're gonna see that they're gonna rotate one of the two sides immediately, and what that does is that it gives you extra room. So even if you have a smaller core, even if the core that you're fighting on is smaller, you're going to get a little bit of longer distance if you think about, or if you position yourself to fight this way rather than this way. Okay, one of the things that to me is not normal for me to get out of the boundaries. Normally the ways I get out is because I've been pushed or whatever. But and I learned this a while back because at one point I think I was in a match and I went for do against the guy, and I was set up and this no, I think I was like set up. Yeah, I think I was set up like this way because it was right after they say Hajime, and I went for do and I tried to do Sanshin, right? But because the guy was kind of chasing me, I kind of went out this way down, and I got out of the boundaries because he pushed me like right after when I turned around. But if I would have gone this way, you got more space that way. So you will see a lot of like high level matches that the first thing that happens is that they move out and they kind of make that angle, and it's kind of like an unwritten. It's not an unwritten rule, right? Because like there's no rule about it, and there's not necessarily training for it or whatever. It's just something that happens, and I think naturally the person, when they're looking to do like good sanshin, good footwork and stuff, they always want to have a little bit of extra space, and it happens. Before this was brought up to my attention that I noticed that I was doing that, but that's something that I noticed that like a lot of Kenshi they do automatically. I don't know. Tell me, do you do it? Is it something you do or no? Ghost of Tsushima. Okay, I haven't played that game. I keep hearing good things about it. How is it? I didn't know that it even had a multiplayer. I thought it was like a single player thing. But if you tell me it has multiplayer, I'm definitely gonna have to play it because I heard it has. I don't know if you know Ebihara Sensei from the Kensen Dojo in New York. He did like a little video reviewing, not reviewing, but kind of like talking about some of the accuracies and inaccuracy of the game. So it got me interested definitely after I seen that. But yeah, so that's something that I kind of want to try out. So if you tell me it has multiplayer, I for sure will try it out. So look what happens here at this match, right? Like at the beginning, when they say Hajime, Kenshi go up, and immediately USA goes left, and then Japan starts going on their left too. It could happen that one person goes to the right and then the other one person is gonna adapt, but you're gonna see that. I guess what I'm referring to is that normally a good Kenshi, if the person steps to the left, that person is not gonna chase him. Is gonna try to go out to the other side and to create more distance. I know some people when they get up, they kind of move to one side or the other, just because I don't know they're catching their balance or whatever. But an experienced kenshi will position themselves to go towards the longer side of the court rather than being parallel to the lines and chasing that person that way. I don't know if that makes sense. Uh, so they just added the thing for free. Well, I wish they added the game for free. No, just kidding. Okay, so I'll go check it out. I'll definitely go check it out. Lately, I've been playing Warzone, and if I do in Facebook, I guess I will do either. I can try that game. I'll try Warzone. I don't know what other games that are out there right now that are like multiplayer and stream friendly that I can have a couple of people. Because the main thing I want to do is because I want to talk Kendo. I kind of want to like uh kind of, I'm not gonna say trick, but yeah, but like trick people that don't do kendo into getting like, oh, what's that? Like maybe I should try it. Maybe I should go look it up. Maybe I should like look some videos. Ben, you once went to a tournament and had a hard night before the Shiai. Okay, like yeah, I understand. Okay, your tummy was hurting and you had a hard time sleeping. I understand. But you won your first medal and your first gold as well. That's awesome. So what what do you do? What do you do to stay focused? Because that's the main thing. I can't even stress that enough. That a lot of the times where we don't win is because we're not focused on what we have to do. So I know anybody else like in like normally what would happen is that they start making the excuse that I had a bad night. Like I start like, so what? How was your mentality? How do you bring that up? Okay, you said you have strong spirit, and you'll be surprised how you can do if you have a strong spirit. Okay, but let's try to define it. What do you consider to be strong spirit? Gonzalo, saludos. Aquí desde Miami. Déjame saber si necesitas que hable en español o está bien en inglés. Cuéntame. Um, puedo cambiar entre los dos. And okay, so Ben, so I understand you're saying like your main advice is just to have a strong spirit. What did you what went through your head? What was some of the stuff that like you told yourself to make sure that you had that, right? Because I can say someone like have a strong spirit, but how do we train to get a strong spirit? What in your perspective, in your opinion? Because I think I value that. Gonzalo, estamos hablando de qué tipo de mentalidad se puede llevar a un torneo, qué se necesita mentalmente, una preparación mental, puedes decir hasta espiritual, en cuanto a tener mejores chances en hacer bien en un torneo, en tener buena calidad de kendo, tu mejor kendo en un torneo. Okay? But yeah, just remind you, if you're interested on doing some gaming things with me on Facebook, you go to Kendo Tips on Facebook and just send me a message and we'll get it set up. I play on PlayStation. If there's a game that's a multi-platform, um, we can do different things. Um, we can do that game. We can adjust. I have a Mac, so I don't have like PC games. I did get a VR headset, so I kind of want to show you some of the stuff that I've been doing with that VR headset. I think that would be pretty cool. But just let me know. Gonzalo, um, que dime, tienes, ok, el tema de hoy ha sido el uso, o sea, la mentalidad para ganar para el Shiai. Una de las cosas muy importantes que yo compartí hoy, que creo que es lo más importante, que el mejor consejo es asegurarse de no estar enfocado en que quiero ganar o no quiero perder, sino enfocarte en qué es lo que tú personalmente necesitas hacer para ganar la pelea. Por ejemplo, yo di el ejemplo de que conmigo es la comunicación con el oponente, entonces siempre enfocarme en que quiero comunicarme con el oponente, qué está haciendo, prestarle atención. Entonces es una cosa que yo me repito mentalmente antes de la pelea, y durante la pelea trato de sacar cualquier pensamiento que no tenga que ver con lo que estoy haciendo. Um, okay, Ben, I'm interested in your response. Let me see what you said. Do you think you remember for your first match that you saw how strong my first opponent was and started to fear losing. Okay, but then I realized that once I started to fear my opponent, I knew I lost the match. Okay, okay, so good train of thought. You cut yourself and turned yourself around. That just reminded me of that song, like turn the ship. Anyways, um, you turn yourself around and you became determined to win no matter how you felt. Okay, that's awesome. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Let me share this little um, what's it called, sports psychology tip. So one of the things that I read that kind of caught my attention right away, I read an article about runners, right? How runners, they start running, but successful runner, high performance runners, when they start getting the fatigue, because everybody feels the fatigue, right? The difference between a high performance runner or like a successful runner and someone that doesn't make it or maybe is not as good as the other one, it's how they talk to themselves. So the high performance runner, when they start feeling the fatigue, the first thing they say, it's normal. I'm running. This is okay. This is fine. It's what happens to my body. You know, relax and keep going. So the process goal would be relax. Okay, tell yourself to relax. And then the other process goal is to think about not stressing yourself out. So the other runner, what would happen is that they stress themselves out thinking, oh my God, I feel my legs. Oh my God, I'm not going to be doing it. Okay, oh my God, my performance is going to go down. And that starts getting in the way of your performance. So let me translate this for Gonzalo in Spanish. Uh, Okay, Gonzalo, estás diciendo, okay, Gonzalo, he's saying right now that it happens to him a lot, that he gets into that mentality of I want to win. And again, we talked about how that messes you up. Okay, Gonzalo, yo entiendo eso de querer ganar porque también he estado en esa misma posición y obviamente la mentalidad es qué tengo que hacer para ganar. Lo que estaba compartiendo ahorita en inglés, estaba diciendo que un estudio que leí yo sobre corredores, que los corredores a veces cuando los que son buenos o los que son exitosos, la diferencia entre ellos y los que no son exitosos es la forma que se hablan a sí mismos. Una de las cosas que pasan en los corredores exitosos es cuando empiezan a sentir la fatiga, porque todos vamos a sentir la fatiga. ¿Qué pasa? Que esos corredores empiezan a decirse, esto es normal, esto es lo que pasa en mi cuerpo, relájate. Y ese es el enfoque que tienen durante la carrera. En cambio, los otros se ponen más como que, ok, oh, ya estoy cansado, oh, ya mis habilidades van a bajar, de caer, y tienden a fallar esos competidores. Entonces, la mentalidad comprobada para ser exitoso es qué tengo que hacer para ganar. No quiero ganar o no. Enfócate en lo que ya tú sabes que tienes que hacer para tú ser exitoso. Uh, yeah, Ben, I think you explained yourself very well. I think that's exactly what I kind of wanted for us to share today is the fact that we need to have that mentality. We need to have a specific mentality. I don't know why I'm in the small screen. I guess I'm gonna go on the big screen. We have to have that mentality on what are the things that we need to do in order to get better. Not necessarily think about I want to win, I don't want to lose. I need to turn on the lights. Hold on. I think that's the only problem I have with doing the streams here, right? I have reliable internet, I have a decent light, but it cuts off. It gets cut off. Okay. Nope. Yeah. Ben, thank you for your input. I think that's very good. I don't know if anybody has any suggestions, anything you would like to see specifically for next week. I was thinking maybe sharing some practices, not Keiko, but like some practices that I was able to film while I was in Japan. The camera work sucks because I tried to put the camera at and by the way, this is the video that I have that I have from my camera was from Kobe University, so you will be seeing university training. But what I'm gonna say is that the camera work, it's horrible because one of the kids that was there got so excited that I had a camera that I guess like it was a she, so she wants to be like a filmographer or something. Grabbed the camera and started filming, but there's so much shake on that camera, so it's but it's still cool. You can still see it, right? And she tried to focus on me, where I kind of wanted just to have the camera just to like record the practice and have that for record, but it's cool. You still see it. Okay, so Gonzalo, los senseis dicen que debemos mantener la marcha de entrenamiento. ¿Qué quiere decir con la marcha de entrenamiento? Y siempre nos repiten que si no puedes hacerlo rápido o fuerte, hazlo, pero mantente constante. Ok, te estás refiriendo a que durante las peleas, durante el Shiai, debes mantener como que un paso estable. Eso es lo que me está diciendo. So, let me translate for you guys what Gonzalo put here in Spanish is that he said that like Sensei is where he's at. I tell him that you need to keep a constant pace. I guess like a constant pace throughout the match. And if you cannot do things fast, like or strong, you should do it consistent. Like right, be consistent with it. So I asked him to like kind of like explain a little bit more of what he meant to say there. But I can understand that you have to be consistent in your match. For me, okay, one thing that I really like about competing is that it allows me to kind of stop thinking about myself and just focus on what's going on in the moment with my opponent and try to have a communication with my opponent. And what I mean by that is this, because I'm not saying you should not pay attention to yourself. It's that you should have a communication with the opponent. And when I'm doing basics, a lot of time I'm so focused on, let me fix this problem, right? So in Shiai, kind of just, it's like I just break free. Ok, entiendo lo que me estás diciendo, Gonzalo, y sí tienes razón, tienes que ser consistente, tienes que ser constante. Una de las cosas que yo siempre también recomiendo es ver la forma en que actúa el oponente y tratar de cambiar el kendo que hacen ellos. O sea, tratar de hacer algo que rompa la estructura del kendo. So, with that, what I said before, with being able to pay attention to my opponent, one thing that I really enjoy about Shiai as well, and also I think helps for being more successful in matches, is trying to break your opponent's kendo, right? Because one of the things that even though I can do different types of kendo, like really fast or slow, whatever, I can like be jumpy or I can be like, solid, whatever it is. If I'm not doing my kendo, I'm not going to do my best kendo. So even though I can adapt, I always try to make sure that I'm the one trying to break the rhythm for my opponent rather than my opponent breaking my rhythm and making me change my kendo. So a lot of times I see it kind of like a chess match, right? Like it's a lot of mental games and a lot of things going on, but I guess one day I'll understand better. So yeah, like those are some of the things that kind of go through my mind when I'm going through Shiai. I think that's very important to just make sure it's the mentality. I think it makes such a big difference into how kendo, it's applied. What are some of the things that what was I gonna say? What are some of the things that you think are important before your matches, right? And let me share mine first so you understand. So I know people that they say like they kind of don't want to talk to anybody before a match. I know a lot of people that they talk a lot. So a lot of people focus on kind of relaxing by talking to other people, having a good time. Some other people kind of just want to meditate and just like take their time. What do you think what's your approach pre-match, right? Like, do you have like a pattern? Do you have a ritual? Do you have like anything that sets your kendo, that sets you up for your matches? Let me translate. What you think that, and you write it down. Let me translate that in Spanish. Gonzalo, en esta una pregunta que estoy haciendo es que qué sería importante para ti en cuanto a, bueno, Gonzalo y cualquier persona que esté aquí en español. ¿Qué es importante para ti antes de empezar tus peleas? Hay gente que empieza a hablar con las otras personas como para relajarse, a otras personas que no les gusta hablar con nadie. ¿Qué es importante para ti? ¿Que tienes algún tipo de ritual, el tipo de algo que hagas para ayudarte a prepararte para tu pelea? One thing that I like to do for me personally when it comes to this, to kind of be ready for my match is that first I don't like to really the day before I don't really like to talk about okay tomorrow I'm gonna go fight like tomorrow like no it's just like it's going to be another day again this comes from sports research, right? uh, I read that one of the like that winning mentality um, that what helps you get into that winning mentality is that when you're training at your dojo, visualize yourself as if you are in that tournament, that you're going to train yourself for that tournament. Like, see yourself, like, imagine yourself, you're in the fight, you're like in the final, you're in the first fight, however, you want to like visualize it, visualize yourself in the tournament. And when you're in the tournament, visualize yourself at the dojo. You are at the dojo, like, this is just another day. That kind of helps you get rid of that, I'm gonna call it useless anxiety, right? Because you're not gaining anything by having that type of the type of thoughts, like getting unless it's beneficial for you, like being into that fear mode or whatever. Because I can understand that too. You want to make sure that you feel confident. You feel today is just another day. This is what I do. This is what I do every day or every other day or whatever, how many times, well, right now, like, you know, but anyways, but this is what I do. Okay, let me translate that in Spanish. Okay, lo que estoy diciendo para mí, Gonzalo, es que una de las cosas que yo me enfoco es en no pensar en que voy a pelear al día siguiente o en una hora, no, nada. Esto lo aprendí de un artículo que vi de psicología de deporte, que dicen que cuando estás entrenando en el dojo deberías visualizarte en el torneo y prepararte para ese torneo desde el dojo, pero ya cuando llegas al torneo visualizarte que estás en la práctica, que estás en tu dojo, ¿ok? Entonces ya se convierte, esto es lo que yo hago todos los días, esto es mi terreno, pues, ¿entiendes? Déjame ver qué escribiste aquí. Tú tratas de controlar la ansiedad de la pelea, respirando y pensando que está bien, si pierdo en un futuro mejoraré, ok, tratando de tener esa mente positiva. Ok, y dices que es fácil predecir el resultado entre 2 a 5 Dan, ok. Tú siendo primer Q. Te voy a decir una cosa, un consejo que me he dado yo a mí mismo y que lo dije aquí al principio, es que concéntrate nada más en un ippon. Cualquier persona puede hacer un ippon. Ya que tengas el ippon, entonces ya olvídate, lo demás es protegerte. Pero cualquier persona puede darle un ippon a cualquier persona. Ok, entonces no mantengas esa ansiedad. No, yo creo que es mejor que trates de quitar esa, ok, ya sé cuál va a ser el resultado. No, trata de hacer un solo ippon. So, guys, what Gonzalo said, like, and it's something that it kind of like it hit me years ago, right? Is that he kind of like mentions the fact that sometimes you are kind of like you already know the result if you're first Q, but you're fighting against second, third, fourth, fifth Dan, right? And I understand that. I've been in that spot, you know, especially for like team fights. You know, you can fight pretty much anywhere, anyone, whatever. But one big thing that I started like realizing is what I said earlier today is about one ippon. And I personally think that anybody can hit one ippon on anybody. I know, like, for example, like I hit one ippon against Teramoto Sensei, right? I got an ippon, that's fine. I mean, like, maybe he led me or whatever, but I can say, okay, well, I got an ippon. So if I was able to get an ippon there, you know, I can probably get an ippon anywhere. And anyone can get an ippon. Granted, the chances are low, but don't think about that. Think about the fact that anybody, you have a sword, he has a sword, you have a chance to get that ippon, to connect that sword with whatever the target is, right? So don't stress about, okay, I know what's gonna happen. Yeah, like this, no way it's happening. No. Think about, okay, I can get one ippon. After that, just forget it. Like, you got the ippon. That's it. Like, you can cover like whatever. Try to think about, okay, all I need is one ippon. Once you get that ippon, then it's easier for you to say, okay, well, I got an ippon. All I need is one ippon, and then you can get two ippon. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Try it. Let me know what you think. Ben, let me see what you wrote. You usually like to do some very simple suburi right before your first match. A set of 10 men, big kote do. Okay, so you have your routine. That's awesome. Cool. I'm gonna share mine. So mine, I like to do, especially right before my fight, I like to do Hayasuburi fast. For some reason, like, and as fast as I can, and like for some reason that just feeling my heartbeat, like before my match, it's a thing kind of puts me into like, okay, I'm here, like, like I'm supposed, this is what's supposed to, kind of like what I talked about before with the, like, for the runners and getting tired with the legs, kind of like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be feeling, okay, cool, I'm here, and it calms me down, it just puts me where I need to be. For some reason, that's what it does, that's what does it for me. Let me see. And you usually do it slowly. Okay, so for me, before the match, yeah, like I'm not right before the match. I'm guessing you're talking about maybe like 10-15 minutes when you're doing like your warm up, or maybe after you did your warm up, just like your own meditation. I can relate to that. That's awesome. Yeah. Don't call me sensei. Like, what? Don't call me sensei. I know my rank here in the United States. People can say, oh yeah, you're sensei, but I don't like it. I don't feel that I'm there yet. Give me a few years, I'll get there. Don't worry. How does your mindset change when fighting in teams as opposed to fighting in the individuals? Oh, great effing question, my man. Great question. Hold on, Gonzalo. Dame un segundo, déjame responder a esta pregunta en inglés y te la traduzco porque está excelentísima. Me gustó bastante. Okay, man. Listen, when I'm fighting on by myself, which granted, like the dojo where I've been, like maybe one day I'll share like all my Kendo history with you, but most of the times, most of the tournaments that I have gone, I'm either on a mixed team or I don't have a team. So normally most of the times I just do the singles, and if I can squeeze into another team, that's awesome. Even when I went to the World Championship, Venezuela couldn't send a team, so I couldn't fight for a team. But the last tournament that I fought with team was in Colombia for CLAC. And I'm going to tell you, for me, fighting on like a single player, right, like by myself, I am not concerned about what needs to happen or what needs to, what strategy needs to be set up in motion. So what that means is that when I'm fighting, I am literally taking the time to just get that one ippon, right? When I'm fighting with the teams, I'm going to talk about my experience with Venezuela and just regular teams as well. So when I'm fighting with the teams, I'm trying to figure out what position I'm on, like, not, I mean, like it's in like Chuken, Fukushima. No. I'm talking about like what position is the team on and what will be the best beneficial outcome. So again, like normally in a team, the best thing is win, obviously, right? If you cannot win by 2 points, win by 1 point. If you cannot win by 1 point, do not get hit. So my first concern is to not get hit. So what do I need to do to not get hit? It's that communication. For me, that communication is key. So I think if I have good communication, it's also key for me to also get my ippon, right? I am probably not as aggressive when I am fighting on teams as I am on a single player. I don't know why I'm saying single player, but it's funny. And one thing that normally this might not be right, like this is something I heard, that normally people who are very good and individuals are normally good simples, right? Because like they have that presence, they have that aggression. But I think a good player can fit in any position, and obviously, Now my favorite position is Taisho. I like to be in Taisho or Fukusho, and the reason for that is because I like to see what's happening with my team, and kind of like bring it together. So for Venezuela, because the team that we sent wasn't that experienced, I had a lot of fun being in each position, and kind of like I was the captain, and I was like coaching each player before they go into the match. Okay, this is the mentality. So I really like that that study that you need to do not only for your opponent but also what's happening, right? But one thing is that the main thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you are safeguarding your team by safeguarding yourself, that not get hit. So not getting hit, it can also be a win for your team. That's, I think, I don't know if that answers really the question. So let me give the abbreviated version to Gonzalo and everybody in Spanish. Ok, Gonzalo, y toda la gente que estamos aquí en español, la pregunta que hicieron fue que cuál es la cuál es la diferencia de mentalidad entre pelear solo, o sea, en individuales, en contra y de diferencia de pelear en equipo. En equipo generalmente estoy más concentrado en cuál es el mejor resultado para el equipo. En cuanto a ¿cómo se llama? En individuales siento que puedo tomar más riesgos. O sea, puedo atacar de la forma, o sea, no estoy buscando necesariamente qué es lo mejor para el equipo, sino que estoy buscando ganar definitivamente. Okay? So I think, I guess, like Ben and everybody here in English, it kind of got me thinking a little bit when I translated it. But I guess if I have to resume, like, an abbreviated answer, it will be like when I'm in single players, right? I am fighting more. I am able to take more risks, and that's definitely something that opens me more for being more creative. I'm doing different things because, again, I think there is an aspect of creativity when it comes to martial arts, where for teams, I know I have a responsibility of not just myself, but other people. I have to take care of other people, so I'm looking on safeguarding myself, right? I'm safe. I need to make sure that my team doesn't get scored on, and then I go, okay, do I need to have an ippon? Do I need to tie? What position I am in order to get the best results for my team. Again, I'm always thinking into that one ippon. I'm not concerned, even if I need two ippons, I'm not concerned about the two ippons. I'm concerned about one ippon, right? If I need the point more, I try to not stress myself onto I need it more. It's just, again, I know that for me, relaxing, having a forward momentum, and forward presence, and communicating are key in order for me to win. So I try to stress those more on myself instead of worrying about, okay, well, like, I need the 2 points. I need the 2 points. Because normally when I need the 2 points, I go like that. I tend to not get the points. I don't know. Did that answer the question? I hope it does. Let me see. Okay, yeah, that's the same question. So yeah, so that's I hope that's useful and that helps us. I really miss Shiai. I'm really jealous. I'm not even gonna say yeah, but yeah, I'm jealous that in Japan already kids are going to Shiai. I really would like to go back to Shiai, even though, like, right now, obviously I'm not in the same training that I was getting before. I know I'm gonna face a lot of challenges getting back into everyday practices, which is something I kind of want to talk about. Maybe I'll do a stream a day about that, because I know it's a game of confidence, right? Like, a lot of people don't go back to the dojo because they feel I don't have the same abilities I had when I left the dojo. So a lot of people tend to hesitate going back to the dojo because of that. And then on top of that, a lot of people are going to hesitate and going back to Shiai because they think, okay, I'm not going to have the same abilities. But I think realizing that all that is mental, and a lot of the things that we can do outside of the dojo in order to improve our chances to do better, I think it's what we need to do. I think we need to build up ourselves mentally, like God you said, like build up our spirit and go for it. Gonzalo, ¿cómo está en tu país? ¿Cómo está la situación con las prácticas? ¿Ya están haciendo prácticas con Bogu? ¿Están haciendo prácticas Shiai, ¿cómo se llama? Suburi, fuera del dojo? ¿Qué están haciendo ahorita? ¿Cuál es la situación? And so yeah, what I said to Gonzalo is because I'm curious about how practices are going on in Peru. I think that he's mentioned he's from. I want to know what's going on there. Like, are they practicing already? What's the scoop? What about everybody that's on the chat? Like, how are the practices right now? Are you already practicing in the dojo? Are you using bogu? Are you practicing outside? I have the opportunity this next week, and I'll check it out, try it out to do some kendo when it comes to like just basic suburi with other people. I might go check it out. There is a suggestion that I guess I can mention it here, and if you guys want to try it out, I've been trying it out and it's been great. So something that will help you coming back to the dojo. And this thing is magical right now for me. So what it is like a little thing that you put inside of your mask. And when you put your mask on, it doesn't allow your mask to like stick to your face. I used this before for running, and it was uncomfortable when it got really wet. But when I went out with this same mask with this thing, it was, of course there's a difference, but it definitely helped out. Ok, Gonzalo, dame un segundo, yo voy a comentar de esto y voy a explicar lo que estoy mostrando aquí. So this thing has been gold for me right now to go out for runs, to just practice suburi or whatever. I've been trying to experiment a little bit to see if it moves or whatever. I got this from Amazon. I guess I can put a link. Actually, you know what I can do? I can put a link here on the chat. Let me see if I can do that. Let me explain this in Spanish while I do this. So, Gonzalo, lo que estoy explicando que ese plastiquito que mostré ahorita es un plastiquito que conseguí por Amazon, que de verdad me ha resultado excelente para practicar y para correr, para hacer ejercicios. Porque antes, el problema que he escuchado de varias gente que ya está haciendo Kendo es que cuando se ponen la máscara, ¿cómo se llama? La máscara les colapsa sobre la cara y no los deja respirar cuando se moja. Entonces, eso ayuda bastante en cuanto a mantener la máscara separada de tu cara y poder respirar bien. Let me see if I can where I can find this plastic. I don't remember what the name of the thing was. Insert for face mask. Okay. And let me tell you, like I thought I was gonna have to worry about the how big it is, or like how, you know, like if I have to wear for measurements. I don't, because even though my nose and my mouth fit in there, I look out for, right? Even though they do, when I move around my mouth or whatever, my mouth doesn't leave unless I want it to, right? But it's not like a mask that's supposed to like fit you in from below, whatever. So I actually the same measurement that I have for mine, it works for my mom and two other friends. So our dimensions are very different. So I'm fairly confident saying that if you get this, which I think is like a pack of 5. I don't know, this is a pack of 3. Okay, so hold on, let me find out the one that I got. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Oh, I guess I can go through orders, right? Whatever orders I did. So I'm fairly confident that if you get those, you're not gonna have to worry about size. I think okay, the one that I ordered is 5 pieces, so you get 5 out of it. So let me just copy this link. Where's the okay? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in the chat, I'm gonna paste in the chat this little mask so you can check it out. You don't have to get them or anything like that, but just check it out. Maybe you can come up with like a solution for that. Déjame ver, Gonzalo, está diciendo, están haciendo ejercicio. La Federación de Japón sugirió el uso de Tenogui. Okay, so yes, sí, Gonzalo, la Federación de Japón recomienda el uso de un tenogui, por eso es que estoy mostrando esto. ¿Qué pasa? Que cuando usas el tenogui, cuando empiezas a sudar, se te pega la cara y no puedes respirar. Entonces no puedes hacer kendo. O sea, puedes hacer kendo, pero es demasiado incómodo. Te lo estoy diciendo por los amigos míos que están haciendo kendo ya y que han usado diferentes formas. Entonces me sugirieron algo parecido a esto y esto fue lo que conseguí en Amazon. Acabo de poner el link por el chat y eso te ayuda a que si lo pones detrás de la máscara no se te pegue la máscara en la cara. También está el plástico que es como una ventanilla que se le pone enfrente de la cara, que eso también lo tengo y lo voy a probar esta semana. Pero sí, te sugiero que busques algo más o menos como eso que mostré ahí, porque de verdad que es excelente. So yeah, guys, what Gonzalo is saying that Japan, they recommended they use like a tenogui of a cloth or face mask on your face. And yes, I agree with it because we need to protect ourselves, but the tenogui is going to be really uncomfortable when it sticks to your mouth. So that's why I found that plastic. If you find anything different, if you find anything better, yo, pitch it up. Like send it over here because like yeah, we need to know. We need to know. I think that's crucial. I am going to ask you, please, like if you go through my Instagram, Facebook, or whatever it is, if you have any suggestions for anything you want to see in the streams or in the videos, please let me know. I am always welcoming suggestions. I'm always trying to do different things. I kind of wanted to do like something Star Wars related, like maybe watch some like Star Wars scenes and like kind of compare it to Kendo, especially because I mentioned that I got that VR game, that VR headset, whatever. I got a Star Wars game and like, you get to use the lightsaber and the force, whatever. It's pretty fun. It's nothing like Kendo, obviously, but it's pretty fun. And I think that would be a great way to get more people interested on Kendo. I kind of obviously all this it's Kendo related. I'm doing this for people that do Kendo, but I'm also want to like get more people interested in Kendo, and hopefully we can grow the community more and more and more and more. So yeah, and again, I want to remind you that if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get to 1,000 followers, so if you can help me with that, I'll really appreciate it. The reason why I want to do that is because I cannot stream from my phone until I get to 1,000 subscribers. So I am planning at some point when things start getting to open, I'm planning to like go out maybe like on a road trip and go into a dojo that's open here in US and get to practice, and maybe I can share some of that. But I cannot do it over my phone, right? I'll have to like make sure that I have a connection and go on the computer and like all that set up. So I think it'll be interesting to see, maybe like do a live practice or whatever. I have a lot of friends that will maybe like facilitate space and maybe you can ask questions or whatever. I think it'll be really cool. I think it'll be fun. So, but yeah, but I need 1,000 people to follow me. I'm kind of close. I'm at 750 right now. So we're getting there. So yeah, subscribe. And send people to subscribe to this. Gonzalo, acerca de la lámina de plástico, también Ibogu las está vendiendo ahorita. No sé si déjame, ya la luz, the lights. Hold on. Again, I love the place. I just don't like the lighting. Gonzalo, en Ibogu también las tienes. Si no las has conseguido y quieres prepararte para cuando las prácticas empiecen. No sé cómo es el envío internacional de Ibogu, no sé cómo funciona, pero bueno, es una opción. So yeah, I was telling Gonzalo that Ibogu has the plastic face shield that we can get them and we can start getting ready for practice. I already have it. I'm gonna put it on my mat. I'm probably gonna make a video and try to make it like a review, like try to do a couple exercises or whatever. But I'm looking for the space. I need the space. So maybe with the opportunity that I have coming up this week, I can probably like take my Bogo and do like Suburi and maybe Kirikashi and stuff like that. I don't know. I'll see. I'll figure it out. So if you have any suggestions of anything that you want, one more thing. I forgot. How did I forget this? Okay, so if you were in my stream last week, you know that I got this sword from Ibogu. It's I'm not even gonna try to say it because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna butcher the name. But what you need to know is that it's plastic, right? So it's very firm. It's very I wouldn't want to get hit with this, but it's also flexible, so I know it will be not harmful, not as harmful as hitting someone with a boken. But I kind of wanted to do a giveaway. I want people to kind of give me some fun ideas of what I can do with this sword before I give it away. Because obviously this is something that I'm not going to be needing, and I don't have that much space right now in my place. So I think a lot of people will probably have more fun with this than I will at this moment. And I'll probably at some point get two. So I can do maybe like choreographies or stuff like that. I don't know, like something fun. I'll think. But if you have any ideas of something fun that I can do with this, let me know, because I kind of want to do a giveaway with it too. And just if you have any ideas, let me know. But yeah, again, if you haven't already, like if you want to interested in the gaming part, go into my Facebook and send me a message there so we can get together and you know, organize that and we can play some games together. I'm probably gonna try to stream that this week. So yeah, that's follow the page if you're interested in seeing some of that. But guys, I think this is gonna be it for today. I am really grateful. Thank you very much for everybody that's been here on the stream and like all the comments and all the support. I am really happy that you guys seem to enjoying this. If you have any suggestion, please let me know. I'm always open to like doing new things, and I kind of want to do it engaging and entertaining for everybody, as well as educational. So yeah, like anything I can do to make these things more continuous or like better, let me know, and hopefully you're having fun with this. I really appreciate everybody that's been showing up. And I'm gonna keep doing this because people seem to enjoy it. Let me translate this to Spanish. Gonzalo, me estoy despidiendo, ya estoy empezando a despedirme. Quiero decirte que estoy pensando hacer streaming también con videojuegos. Esa parte la voy a hacer por mi Facebook. Si no lo has hecho, puedes buscar la página de Facebook de Kendo Tips. Me mandas un mensaje si quieres que juguemos a un juego. Estoy usando PlayStation, entonces estamos limitados a eso. Y por favor, estoy tratando de llegar a los 1000 suscriptores por aquí. Estoy empezando a hacer videos en español también. Si no te has suscrito, por favor suscríbete y compártelo, porque cuando tenga los 1000 suscriptores voy a poder hacer en vivos por mi teléfono y puedo llevarme el teléfono, puedo ir a dojos, cosas así, y puedo hacer videos en vivos más entretenidos. Así que si tienes alguna sugerencia también, algo que puedo hacer para esto, por favor, mándamelo. Melvin, oh, thank you. Melvin, in what part of Mexico are you? Because I want to go to Mexico. I want to go, I have a cousin that's living there, and if I can go and do Kendo, that will be amazing. I think I'll have to go to Cancun, and I'll have to go to Mexico City. So I don't know if you're in between like any of those, and let me know. And obviously I could use like some guidance when it comes to cool things to do in Mexico. But yeah, and that's one of the things I love about Kendo, is that how many people worldwide. I think there's a lot of countries that I can go take a vacation, and as long as I take my bogu, I'm gonna have at least a free meal and maybe a place to stay. That's, I don't know. Okay, Melvin, Michoacan. Okay, how is that, closer to Cancun or Mexico City? Can you guys believe I still haven't eaten? Like, this is all I eaten. You've seen me eat. I think I had an apple and a banana this morning, and you've seen everything else I eaten today. I didn't even take my water. So, okay. So, Melvin, si quieres, déjame en el comentario dónde eres y todo eso, y capaz cuando se acerque la fecha, cuando podamos empezar a viajar, nos mantenemos en contacto, y así capaz si tienes una oportunidad donde yo pueda practicar, sería excelente. But yeah. Oh wait. Okay, it's closer to Mexico City. Okay, cool. So maybe we can arrange. Maybe we can arrange some practice and stuff. That's awesome. I always travel with my bogu and at least one shinai. Awesome. Thank you, Melody. Thank you. Okay, guys. thank you very much for being here today. Again, I really enjoy doing these things. I'll keep doing them. If you have any suggestions, please bring it my way, send it my way. And yeah, thank you very much. You guys have a good rest of your day, rest of your Sunday. Stay safe and make each suburi better than the one before. Okay? Have a good one.